Hello everyone from Studio 10 in Kilkenny. Coffee with Ania, and my guest today is the Katie O'Brien. Hello, Katie.
Hi, how are you, Ania?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you so much for having me on the show.
Thank you for you get the time for me. That was very short, actually, message, yeah?
Yeah, it really was.
Okay, Irish, equestrians, dancer.
Yes.
This is what I can find out about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm originally from Ireland. I lived in Kilkenny almost all my life.
Oh my God, how that is
Yes.
possible? I never see you before.
And I've been doing a lot of traveling in those years. So
okay.
I went to college in UCC, and I was living in India for a while as well.
Wow.
So I suppose that's where all the kind of hyphenated activities I do.
Good.
So I'm 27 and I did architecture in college. I did horse riding all my life, and then I became a dancer as well. So I am quite like multidisciplinary.
That's very good. That was actually my another question. How old are you? But you said that already.
Yeah.
And it's no discrimination. No, I can say about my age as well. Don't worry. It's only the question was because I saw like many different projects.
Yes.
So many. Even like something I was just right for myself to remember, but from horses to motorbikes.
Yeah. So I went to India in 2020. I've been there a few times for weddings, for just holidays. So I have Indian friends in Ireland who got me the idea to move to India. I was doing architecture at the time in Cork, and then I got offered to go and basically run a horse riding equestrian farm in India.
Wow.
Yeah, so that time I was very excited about the idea, and I was kind of a little bit bored with my 9-to-5 Monday to Friday job and the office, and I just wasn't feeling I was getting something out of that. I felt there should be more to life than just this. So I ended up traveling to India, where I ran a horse riding school in India. So I set up that. We basically rehabilitated ex-race horses and brought them into like the horse riding industry to teach people how to ride horses. It's not a very popular sport over there because obviously, you wouldn't get a lot of people learning to ride because there's no land and it's very difficult.
That's true, actually. If you're looking that way, that's true.
Yeah, so then I was doing that, and through that then became popular. Oh, this foreign girl is teaching horse riding in the middle of the Aravalli Hills. So it got quite popular. So I did get a lot of people approaching me, and I just kind of came from that. So horse riding instructing to running a business to doing modelling to...
Yeah, I saw that one as well, like a model.
So I was in a lot of...
picture, actually.
Yes, so I did a lot of modelling. So how it happened was I had a friend who taught how to ride motorcycles, and I rode with her, and she was approached by Royal Enfield, the motorcycle company, and asked if I would be interested in doing a shoot with them. So they flew me to Puri, which is in the southeast of India, and I did a motorcycle shoot there on the beach. So it's quite amazing what kind of opportunities you get there. And then I learned how to do dancing. And
wow.
Yeah.
Over there,
yeah. So I learned...
and how many years you dance?
2 years only.
2 years.
So I learned bachata, salsa, kizomba. So it's Latin.
Which one is the style? It's your favorite?
Kizomba. So kizomba is from Angola. So it's a dance of quite close sensual dance, which is bachata and salsa both, but it's much slower and it's getting more popular now.
I love rumba. Rumba and tango, it's like, this is for, I love also salsa. It's amazing, actually. And I love when you have some salsa party. Let me know if there's something's happen, okay?
Yeah, well, actually, I have an event on the 15th of November, so it's an open Latin night.
That's okay, count me
So
in.
if there's a day I'm not dancing, then there's something wrong.
Okay.
And yeah, so I learned how to dance, and then I became an assistant in the school I was learning in. And then I basically...
this is a lot like for the young woman. A lot of
different... I don't sit around much, that's for sure.
Very good.
And then I decided to do my teacher training as a dancer because I loved it so much. And
do you have your own school in Kilkenny?
Yeah, so I have... It's called the Dance Club Kilkenny. So it's basically... we teach... dance styles that are social dance styles. So social dance styles means it's not performance orientated. It's more of a social element where you can literally go to any Latin night and dance with strangers and have fun. So I brought that to Kilkenny. Obviously it's very popular in Cork and in Dublin and in all over Europe and Asia also, and I just thought that there was a gap in the market there for people to dance and enjoy. So I set that up. So on Tuesdays I do bachata in Clear's Bar in Kilkenny, and then on Thursdays I do salsa in the Hole in the Wall, and then occasionally every once a month I have some events. So last week I had Sullivan's Tap Room, I had a salsa night, and then next week or the 15th I have a Latin night in Clear's.
And it's for everyone, yeah? Everyone can come in, or then you have to get some tickets? Or?
So how it works basically is I have 2 classes in one day. I have a beginner's class, so anyone who wants to come and just participate in a class, never done it before, or has done salsa or something in it long ago and wants to get fresh into it, we have the beginner's class. And then after you have 1 or 2 beginner's classes, you get your feet wet in the dancing, and then you can go into the improver's class, which is afterwards. So there's 2 classes on a Tuesday and 2 classes on a Thursday.
Okay, then I know where I will be on that next Tuesday, definitely. All right, which is your favorite dance? We know already. Yeah, Kizomba. Do you have some classes with the Kizomba, like only, or?
No, so as I said, like Tuesdays is bachata and Thursdays is salsa. Now Kizomba is a kind of a unique dance, and it's not very popular in Ireland just because of the nature of the dance.
Exactly, because I would be like a surprise, like seeing like a lot of people doing a Kizomba in Ireland. It's like not everyone like understand of the style.
Yeah, so it's kind of, people think it's Zumba, which it's not. No, it's completely different. It's like a slow waltz, close contact, small steps, and it's all about weight transfer. So for me, it's like my meditation. I find it amazing. So when I started dancing, that's what roped me into it. I am going to try set it up in Kilkenny at some point when I get a bit more popular, but it's just something that takes a little bit longer. Everyone knows salsa. Maybe you might know bachata. Bachata is very easy. But Kizomba is that little bit more difficult. So I tend to travel for my dancing. So I go to Cork or I go to Dublin to experience Kizomba and dance with other Kizomba dancers. So.
And how many people work with you?
It's just myself.
That's yourself.
Yeah, so I teach my own, and I have about 15-20 students per class, which is really good.
That's very good, actually.
It just kind of started like that. There was no waiting for people to come. It just kind of happened.
And it's always about like socialize with the people, So it's like you can see like a small family. The people which are coming back just get some friends, and they are all joined dancing. I always say like it doesn't matter how you dance. The most important is you do it something for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, I got a really array of people coming to my classes. Like, I have young, old, middle, and everything in between. Some people have kids, some people are divorced, some people are separated, some people are single, some people have too busy of a life to have a regular hobby or, you know, all those things. So people come, like nowadays people come and they come a little bit early to have the chats, and they stay a little bit after to have the chats. And some people, like, that might be the only thing they'd have to do that week. And most of my students do come twice a week. They go to both dance styles. And I have people come to me, oh, it's great, to something in Kilkenny I can go to on a Tuesday night or Thursday night, and you know, I'm busy on the weekends, and you know, it's just an hour of their week, but it really makes it, you know, to go and get a little dressed up or just wear
we can feel special.
Yeah, and all the women come in there and the men, and they just enjoy. It doesn't matter who's who. We rotate partners, so most people, even if they have a partner sitting at home, they don't bring them. So
wondering why.
Yeah, so they enjoy a lot, and then like I mean it is like a family, like, so we tend to hang out together afterwards as well.
Are you entering any competition with your students?
We don't do, like, we're not doing competitions right now because, again, it's more orientated around the social element. I think putting competition makes pressure for people. Like, I mean, when I thought of salsa, I said, like, Dancing with the Stars or Strictly Come Dancing. Yeah. And I never watched it before in my life. I never danced before in my life.
But this is, I think, so the great fun.
Yeah. Like, I just thought that, God, performance is such a stretch to try achieve that. But if you bring it back down to having, you know, going to a bar and listening to some music and getting up and dancing even for half a song, it means more to people than performing on the big stage. It's
help also with the self-confidence, don't you think? Like the activities like this.
Yeah, like I suppose when I was living in India, like I had a good bit of confidence before when I was living at home. But moving to India, a new city, new people, you know, you kind of start losing a little bit of your confidence because you have the language barrier, the cultural barrier. just everything. So, and my job was very isolating, being outside and like in the farm rather than being, in bars or, doing activities. So I got very isolated, and dancing gave me that new form of confidence to start loving myself again and start giving time for myself. I had hobbies growing up, I had sports, but they weren't mine. I feel like dancing, every time I dance, like that's my time I'm giving to myself. And it's not about wearing fancy dresses or high heels. It's just about wearing something that you're comfortable with and just enjoying listening to music and having a laugh. So I think it brings a lot of confidence. I've seen people grow in my school, their confidence level, their energy, actually, and the people that were the quietest in the group sometimes are the loudest now, and they're the ones saying let's go for a drink after work or let's go for a drink after class, and they're the ones that are creating the social environment, because that becomes their weekly thing that keeps them going every week.
Yeah. Are you coming back to India often?
I have not. I just got back about 5 months ago. I have travelled to India 6 times within 2 years. So I've done a lot of travelling. Before that, I just travelled all over the world as well. I am planning to go back. So like my dance instructor's over there. He's my best friend. I have other best friends who are over there, and I want to go back, but just those restrictions of travel and visas and everything is so difficult. We tried to get a visa and it didn't work out the first time, so we've tried again. So it does take time, but I will do plan to go again very soon, I hope. For a holiday, not to move.
For a holiday,
yes.
That's all right. But your heart is in Ireland.
Yes, I always wanted to live abroad, but I never felt I was ready to live abroad forever. I love my family.
It's a lot of difficulties, when you move to the other country.
I think you appreciate it more. I think that goes for most people. Like when you go abroad, you get that itch to go abroad, and you itched it, and you come back, and home is home.
That's true. And we grow up faster.
Yeah, so now my next adventure, I suppose, out of Ireland would be to go to Lyon in France for a dance festival for New Year's Eve. So that's my next adventure. So, dancing brings a lot of opportunity for you. I would never travel abroad to an event or a festival or a party because, I just don't have the friend group to go. But dancing, you can go alone, you can go with one person, you can go with 100.
And you start dancing, like you said, like only like a few years ago.
Yeah.
Did you dance before that or
Never.
no?
Never. I was.
That could be motivated for the other people, which one say like, if you not start something when you are a child or teenager, then it's too late.
No, like I was a horse rider. I used to go hiking, and I was always an outdoor,
completely
mucky boots and all that. And then when I started dancing, actually, one of my friends, I was feeling very low in India. I was missing home. I hadn't a social life. I hadn't a friend group really. She brought me to a dance party, these parties that we host. I host in Kilkenny and we host in Cork and Dublin as well. Is that I went with no intentions to dance. I told her, you're not getting me up to dance. And she's like, it doesn't matter, just close your eyes and dance. I was like, no, I'm not that kind of person. I don't dance. And then she introduced me.
Don't tell me you was shy.
I was shy.
Seriously?
Yeah. And then she thought it would be funny to literally push me into the dance instructor who's organising, Paul, who's very close to me. And he was like, just follow me. And I was like, I never let anyone take control.
Yeah, that's hard sometimes.
I was a very strong, independent woman, and I don't think so. And basically, he taught me a few steps just with listening to the music, and then I immediately started private classes with him, and then group classes, and then became assistant instructor, then started helping him up to school, and then became a teacher, and then started my own school under his umbrella. Are you
doing any classes for kids or only adults?
Only adults at the moment. I mean, my experience is with adults. Now, when I was doing the horse riding instructing, I did teach mostly kids, but I just think the dance styles that I'm good at are the ones that are partner dancing, sensual dancing, and the social element of being in, busy environments and bars and stuff. It just doesn't suit. I am starting salsa fitness classes though in 3 weeks' time on the 26th, which is a Saturday of November. I'm starting salsa classes, so salsa fitness classes. So these are individual solo dancing, which like steps, kind of like Zumba, but much more low intensity, much easier to follow, and much slower paced. For that, those people that can't do Zumba. Like I did my Zumba instructor training as well, but I just never teached it. I just never felt I had that passion for it as I do for the other dance styles. So that's more of a fitness thing. So eventually that might turn into, you know, adults and kid classes. So that's only just starting now as a new program, and that's coming in 3 weeks' time. So it'll be on my like Facebook and my Instagram when that's active, but it could be also a kids activity as well.
Do you have any difficulties to start doing that in Kilkenny?
I was very fortunate enough to not have difficulty starting. I said to myself that I wanted to dance. I wanted to do something in Kilkenny. I wanted to bring what I've learned. I wanted to bring that to Kilkenny, to my home, to show my friends, my family what I was doing, you know. And so I set up a bachata night, an open night, basically to launch my name, the Dance Club Kilkenny. And we did it in Clear's Bar, and I thought, okay, 10 people will come, and that will be my mom, my dad, my grandmother maybe, the neighbour, the cousin. You know, I just thought, okay, if 10 people come, that's okay. But I ended up getting 30 people for that event, and they were like, okay, when are we doing the next class, or are you doing classes? And that time I didn't really think about taking on weekly classes. And I said, yeah, well, like, if you want to do it, we'll do it next Tuesday. And then it's just been every Tuesday since then.
Very
and
good.
Then Thursdays, and now going to be Saturdays. So it's all about building with the demand. And, you know, I do have a good social media, platform, and like I design my own website, design my own logo. I built everything myself. I didn't have to outsource. I suppose that's a big thing about it. Is that if you can do everything yourself, you get the job done faster, I suppose, rather than having no clue about social media or graphic design and having to hire people out. It becomes very expensive. So I said to myself, I have €500 set up my business, and that's my budget, and I did it. And then after that was just classes. So
are you happy?
Very happy. I enjoy Miss India a lot too. Like that was my second home. But I love being back in Kilkenny, and I just love being a dance instructor. I love dancing every weekend. I'm thinking how I can squeeze in a dance party between now and Sunday morning, because I'm working Sunday morning. I'm thinking, can I go to Cork? Can I get back? Can I go to Dublin? Can I get back? And then I'm already also planning like Leon in for New Year's.
I think so that many people will be miss you like here if you move somewhere.
Yeah, I think I'm going to stay though. I don't think I'm going to move.
Because I was checking your Instagram, and then it's really a lot of people which one you make happy because you're doing your classes.
Yeah, like just before I was coming, I was like, you know, editing the videos from last night, and all the people were smiling and having fun.
And that's important in Ireland, because the climate is not very helpful.
No, it's not. And it's something that you can do in the winter time. Like I'm an outdoor person. I go to horse riding shows, I cycle, I go to the gym, but sometimes like in a dark, gloomy winter night, you don't want to go to the gym either, because you might have had a heavy day in work or a heavy lunch. And you're like, I don't want to do like 100 squats or push-ups. But if you just do some steps, it motivates you. Like the motivation you have sitting on the couch is a different motivation than when you start doing something in outside, walking or dancing or doing anything else. So I think it creates a really beautiful activity to have in your life, and it becomes your lifestyle then afterwards.
And the big project you have ahead?
My aim is that weekly there's going to be a dance night, Latin nights in Kilkenny. That's the aim. Like in Cork and Dublin, if you go anywhere, you just Google Latin night, there's always something on.
I think so. It's more happen over there, yeah?
Yeah, it's capitals, bigger cities, more foreigners. Like, I mean, they're great for getting involved with all these kind of things. Us Irish are a little bit more restrictive and, you know, reserved and shy. The comments I usually get is like, oh, where are you from in the parties? And I'm like, I'm from Ireland. I'm from Kilkenny. And they're like, no, really? You don't dance like an Irish person. Again. Or I've been someone's spoken to me in broken English, like, you know, where are you from? I'm like, Kilkenny. And they're like, oh, you're Irish. I was like, yeah. So people are kind of really surprised when I dance, because I learned abroad. I didn't know anything else, any different. So people do get me mixed up thinking I'm not actually Irish by the way I dance.
It's not very popular with Irish people dancing.
No.
Yeah, you can find so many different... Jive. Oh,
that's a big one.
Do you like jive?
I've never done it. I've never done jive or swing, but a few of my students have done it.
Yeah, because in Ireland, I think so. This is the most popular dance class. It's a jive, and the people just love jive.
Yeah,
I remember a few years ago there was a gentleman on Hebron actually as well, and he have a classes every Friday. Big speaker, mic, some candies, drinks, and there was like around 25 women on that night. They are danced together. Amazing, but not for me.
Yeah. No, I think that the dances they do are a lot more approachable and a little bit easier. And they're the more popular ones now for social dancing. Like, I mean, I try to bring my students as much as I can to other parties, but they're a little bit intimidated by, you know, if there's 100 people dancing salsa and they're looking at themselves saying, we're just used to doing it in a small bar. But it's about getting yourself out there as well. And I'm always trying to push people to go out of their comfort zone, even though I was always the one inside my comfort zone. Now it's every day I try to do something outside of my comfort zone, even if it's something small.
Okay. Perfect. You are really, you know, like impressive young woman, which I'm doing really a lot and very successful. Okay. And just remind me, that will be 5th or 15th November.
So you can find everything on my Instagram, my Facebook. So it's a dance club Kilkenny. So it's very active. So you can check it online. The website is there as well. But on the 15th of November, there we have an open night, which is 2 classes. We have Kizomba. To introduce that to people. We have Bachata.
You don't have to register. You can just
show up.
Oh, okay, perfect.
But I love to get an email message beforehand saying I want to come, and then that gets me all excited for how many people might become. But you don't need to book it in advance. That's on the 15th of November in Clare's Bar, and that's an open night. So there's 2 workshops followed by a party. So a dance party where you can actually engage in the moves that you learned at that night. And I have loads of great guys who will lead if you're stuck, or women will help the guys if they're stuck. And it's just going to be a night of dancing. And that's on Tuesday. And then that's, I suppose,
I think so. We are going. Yeah, I have a few gentlemen here. Like no one can see them, but I think so. They are great dancers.
Yeah. And actually, people ask, "Oh, you must have loads of women and no men." But actually, I always have equal numbers.
That's good.
Yeah, which is quite impressive. I'm quite happy
because
with that.
sometimes it's very hard. Yeah. I was going for the one dance classes, and there was always like the less men's and. I hope so. We have some tall one. Do you have some tall one?
We have tall ones.
Me? Okay, that's good.
I'm quite tall myself as well. So, I mean, I come in my heels, and I'm already usually the taller one of any guy I dance with. But we've got some lovely guys, young and old as well, that are great for dancing, and the women also, they're great as well.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. That was a lovely chat with you. I'm really, really happy to meet you finally.
Yes, I know, it was great to talk.
Thank you very much, and see you next week.